What's up, Star Wars fans? Today, I want to talk about the Clone Wars Season 7 and its connections to Episode 5 of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. That's right, the most popular of all the episodes of the series so far, Episode 5 has some interesting connections that link Ahsoka Tano to her former master Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader. But hey, before we get to that, if you love Star Wars and speculation, then hit that subscribe button and come back again soon for more. But getting back on track here, what's most interesting about these connections between Ahsoka and Vader is that there's simply no way that Deborah Chow actually meant to make these connections. But hey, that said, let's get right into them. One of the greatest shots from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Episode 5, is this shot of Darth Vader as his ship is traveling through hyperspace. It's an absolutely gorgeous shot, and I think personally really emphasizes how invested Vader is in tracking down Kenobi. Now, the really cool parallel in the Clone Wars Season 7 is that we get the exact same shot of Ahsoka Tano, and this is right before she starts to hear Anakin falling to the dark side through the Force. So not even is there just this visual connection between those two scenes, but we have this direct connection between the Clone Wars Season 7 and Ahsoka hearing Anakin, and this Obi-Wan Kenobi scene actually showing Anakin as Darth Vader, Ahsoka's former master who has fallen to the dark side. But moving on here, another great scene from Episode 5 of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is when Darth Vader stops the transport from escaping, smashing it into the ground, and then absolutely tearing it apart. It just shows how powerful Darth Vader is at this point in the timeline, and how deep his hatred is for Kenobi. Of course, we know that that hatred blinds Vader, and he doesn't see the second transport and completely misses it as it takes off. And Ahsoka has a very similar scene in the Clone Wars Season 7 when her and Rex are trying to escape the Venator-class Star Destroyer. Her and Rex are trying to make their way onto one of the last remaining shuttles. And unfortunately for them, the former Darth, now just Maul, is able to get onto that shuttle first and is leaving Ahsoka and Rex in his dust. Now, just like Vader in Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ahsoka reaches out with the Force to try and stop Maul and the transport. But fortunately for Ahsoka and Rex, Ahsoka isn't blinded by rage, and she makes the decision to let the transport go, and through the power of the Force find another way to get off that Venator-class Star Destroyer. And the best part is that she had every right to seek revenge on Maul. He had set a trap to kill Anakin Skywalker, Ahsoka's master, and Ahsoka was no doubt outraged by the fact that she actually let him loose. But she was able to overcome that and let him go, which I think ultimately saved her life and Rex's life, because I think otherwise they would have been both destroyed by clones that were executing Order 66. And I just absolutely love how these two scenes relate to the dark side and the light side. Vader is driven by revenge and his hatred for Kenobi, which ultimately means that he is deceived by the Kenobi and the civilians. Whereas Ahsoka obviously represents the light side, as she is able to let go of the shuttle, not letting her anger blind her, which ultimately allows her and Rex to escape. But moving on to one more quick but interesting connection here, we actually see Darth Vader for the first time dual-wielding lightsabers in the Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 5. He breaks apart Reva's Inquisitor lightsaber, and for one brief moment we have Darth Vader dual-wielding lightsaber blades, in contrast to Ahsoka's blue lightsabers we see in the Clone Wars Season 7. And although this may seem like a simple connection, Dave Filoni himself has explained why Ahsoka received blue lightsabers from Anakin instead of the green ones we saw in previous seasons of the Clone Wars. But hey, Star Wars fans, if you'd like to see my full breakdown on what Dave Filoni had to say about Ahsoka Tano's blue lightsabers, you can check out that here on the end screen. That said, I'm Mike, thanks for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.